I think it's a fun fight. I think it's a great fight. You know, it's at flyweight. I still like Rose at strawweight. I'm just being honest, but both of them, you know, Ribas has fought at strawweight. She's up at the flyweight. She's a fun fighter. She's aggressive. She will go after it. We know Rose is the same thing. I think on the ground, they cancel each other out to a point. I actually think Rose might actually be a little bit niftier on the ground than Ribas, but in the stand-up, I got to give a big advantage to Rose Namajunas. I think Rose is very technically solid in her stand-up. She uses a good jab. She goes to the body, and she uses great footwork to set up her lateral movement as she comes in, throws her shots, and gets out. And Ribas is someone who when she gets hit, she wants to hit you back. And she's aggressive, and that's what's going to make this a really good, fun fight overall. And, you know, either lady can win this, no doubt about it. I just give the advantage to Rose.
John, what do you think was said to her after she lost the title to Carla Esparza? Because I feel like she's lost interest in competing.
Boy,
I feel like let's just go to 125. Let's just see what happens. What is going on? Because look, you were the former champion, not once but twice. You got there's no reason for you to go up. You're right there at the number one spot. Doesn't matter.
I want you to think about this, okay? And this is what's crazy. Name me the best strawweight fighter in the women's division you've ever known, you've ever seen. Who would be the GOAT?
Probably Joanna.
Okay, Joanna. Who would be the second?
Probably Rose.
Weili.
You have Weili ahead of her?
Well, no, I'm just saying. But people, you know, Weili is the champ right now.
Yeah, Rose got 2 wins over
she's a 2-time champ. And you take a look and you go, Rose beat both of them. Mm-hmm. That's who she beat to win her titles. And she beat Weili twice. Mm-hmm. And she beat Joanna twice. Yep. And you look at who she's lost to and stuff, and it's not that they're bad fighters, but I mean, she has competed with the very best. And when she does compete with the very best, man, she puts on her best performances. Her fight with Carla was just, it was a
fluke. It was one of those
stylistically, things. It's a bad matchup for both.
Yeah. Yep. Both of them, I think, had too much respect for each other. They probably both like each other. There's no ill will towards each other. It's just one of those fights that progressive. Like once you start getting into that rut of no one's pulling the trigger, it continues on because no one wants to take chances. Yeah. Once the first round happens that way, second round is going to be almost guaranteed. Then it just continues to go on. But do you think there's maybe more of a ploy or more of a reasoning behind her going to 25? Maybe she wants to be a 2-division champion. Have we not considered that? Have we not thought about that?
Yeah.
Give it some,
I mean,
because her and Alexa Grasso would be a fantastic fight.
It would be a really good fight. You know, look, she can fight with anyone. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. Her fight with Manon, when you look at it and everything, you know, there was, you know, a couple things, but she could have won that fight. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not saying that she did, but she could have, you know, she just changed a couple things in that. She wins that fight. So the real question is, does she really want to be doing this anymore? Because we always say, look, if you're not 100% in, get out. You know, and it just doesn't seem like she gets, she's energized by the fight game. It doesn't seem to be something that, you know, that's where she wants to be. It's just something that, you know, she's good at. You know, I don't know.
Like we've had fighters on here before and they've talked about, look, you need to find the right fight that motivates you. She needs to find the right person that motivates her, that gets her inside that cage and gets her going. Joanna did it. Weili did it. You know, Jessica Andrade did it. I mean, like certain fighters seem to motivate her, and she had her best performances against those fighters. She could potentially be a fighter. And I got to be honest, I've seen a lot of top level world-class fighters fight to their opponent's ability. We've seen it happen time and time again. And it's because like, oh, why am I even in here? Like, I said this a while back, you know, I never was offered to fight Donald Cerrone, and he's like one of the guys, and Anthony Pettis ended up becoming champion. We were supposed to fight, didn't happen. But with the Cerrone thing, I really, really wanted to fight him. He motivated me more than probably anybody else in the whole UFC roster, and he was never champion. Styles make matchups, and I knew the guys that I wanted to fight because I knew it would bring the best out of me. That was one. And two is I knew it'd be a fucking damn good fight. And who wouldn't want to fight somebody that's like a legend like Cowboy? That's the thing. Like, you've got to respect what the guy's done, his list of work, what he's accomplished. I mean, everything. That was a guy that motivated me. I followed that guy from the WC, followed him to the UFC event. Loved it. Like she's got to find something in that motivation. I'm hoping that it's because she wants to be a 2-division champion. Because when I look at what goes on, John, with these fights at 125, she's given up a little bit of size. Now, physically, no, but thickness wise, yes. Yeah. She, like you and I agree that she's a better fighter at 115. Fighting at 125, she's still top. I still think she's still a top 5 fighter, but she's giving up the strength and the size of these females that are actually walking around 145, 140.
I don't think she carries the pop.
No, she doesn't.
Into that upper division that she has when she's at strawweight.
Nope. And I think if she puts that weight on too much, she'll lose some of that speed, which is what she needs to keep if she's going to beat some of the bigger fighters.
Yeah.
So you can't, if she doesn't carry the pop and she loses the speed, she's not the same fighter anymore. So she's got to pick and choose. Keep my weight down, keep the speed where I can potentially win. And hopefully I have enough pop to hit you 2 or 3 times that it really can get you out of there. Submission wise, she's not bad. She just doesn't have the aggressiveness in the grappling department to really attack too much. And her whole game is on the feet.
Well, that's where she's had her success. Look at her 2 losses to Carla, and you look and you go, really, she didn't, the second one, she didn't, get her to the ground, but it was the lack of offense by Rose to, put Carla in bad situations because she was worried about going on the ground. Mm-hmm. When you look and you go, she shouldn't have been.
No, she shouldn't have been. That's a problem when someone's fought someone so long ago and they believe that the same thing may happen and you fought and you're so much better now.
So much.
She wasn't even the same fighter anymore.
No.
And I don't understand where that doubt came in. Like, oh, I can't afford to get taken down. I can't, I don't want to pull the trigger. I don't want to leave myself open and vulnerable to be taken down. And if you lose one round, you lose one round. Just now you felt the strength. You felt her control on the ground. Now you know what you're dealing with for rounds 2, 3, and 4, and 5. I was fighting from behind my whole career. So I had to figure that first round was a fill-out round. Okay, he's strong. Okay, he's fast. Okay, he hits hard. You figure it out. But anyways, look, I think this is going to actually be a really good fight. Amanda Ribas, I think, is going to be a little bit more aggressive. But will she run into Rose Namajunas' power, like in terms of her shots? Can Rose stay on her bike for a full 5 rounds and make her pay? Because one thing Ribas does is when she strikes, she comes straight forward.
Yes.
There's not a lot of angles. She may create an angle here and there, but it's a lot of just aggressiveness coming
Not
forward.
much head movement. Everything is right down the center line.
Yep.
And she's looking to, do damage with her stand-up, but she leaves a lot of openings there, and Rose is the person that can take advantage of those openings.
100% agree.